Good morning, everyone. Jason, hello. It's good to see you again. Let's see, where are we at right now? We did finish the reservoir in the last episode, so that is completely full. We have some water coming over the top. I've had most of these turned off. I just want to make sure that we can have most of the water at the top, but we could have some coming out of the bottom. This one is letting a little bit through. Yeah, Jason, I don't think I've seen you at a stream for quite a while, so I'm glad you're able to make it today. Good morning, Sand Artist. Not a morning person if you're not working. That is totally fair. Oh, we got some flooding going on. Okay, why is that happening? Is that because we only have... Maybe we should replace 2 of these levees with some dams instead. I'm inclined to do that. So let's duplicate this. Hopefully that should help. Oh geez. Well, we got some water coming down here through the natural spillway. And then we can raise that up because the goal of this is really just to have the water come out so these guys can pump it, not have water flowing, you know, either across here. So I think that did save it a little bit. We can speed it up. Actually, let's go to the morning, then we'll slow it down. Let's figure out what we're doing for today, because we've had a big push getting this constructed, and now we have it. So we're probably going to be set on water. In the last episode, I think, or maybe it was 2 episodes ago, we removed all these water pumpers, and then we completely switched so we have these guys running. We have bots. I think that I want to switch. We're doing we have 13,000 science. I think I want to switch some of them to be bots. So let's switch these main guys. We'll have them as bots. That way we're having some more flooding again. That was temporary. It could be because we have this dropping like 10 tiles. So maybe we need to have some more water come out of here. We could have... Well, let's see. Uh-oh. We also have these at the bottom. And then these have a target height of 0.5. So we have... And then we have a good amount of water stored in here. So we don't need to worry about these during droughts or bad tides, I don't feel like. So if we just had... I'm trying to think. If we had all of them turned on during wet seasons and then closed during droughts and bad tides. So we go to point... Come on. Okay, 0.5. We'll see how that works, because there's going to be a lot more water coming out of here. If we see no water coming over the top, that means these are a little bit too high. So we might need to drop the flow rate. But we'll leave it for now. But then we do want to automate these with the wet season weather station. Okay, hold up. If it's on, we don't want that flow limit to be 1. We want that to be 0.5. When it's not the wet season, we want that to be off. Okay. Hopefully that solves it. But now that we have this, and then we have these two mainly sorted. Is there a building under there? Uh-oh. That is probably our mine. Let's go underground and see how that's looking. Yikes. Okay, it won't let me move around very easily. So we have a good amount of water down there. You know what we gotta do? Put some of those there. Just try and get... Oh my gosh. And then we'll place some dynamite here as well. Just to try and get some of the water to sink to the bottom. Because we don't really have anything there. So we'll let the bots do that. But I kind of want to see the water focus in. And it should just auto detonate since it's the... Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, it's working again. That's cool. We'll just have a little bit of extra, I guess, water storage at the bottom. Detonate those. Excellent. Okay, so for today, what should we do? One thing I do want to do is get our wood reserves up. We're doing pretty good, but I want to get some more storages and then make sure we have a lot, just in case we have anything that pops up that we need to use a lot of wood for. And if you guys saw, let's see, what videos have I released lately? Yeah, if you've seen the most recent spillage episode, you might know why I want to get extra wood stored up. Because we suffered a wood shortage during that. Let's make sure they're all marked. Aha. I knew there'd be a few. We can mark these ones. So we have that. And then, let's see. I don't think that I need to have water in here. Because we're doing good on irrigation. We can fill this in with dirt and then get some more storages. Specifically underground piles. So this is dirt. We can just duplicate this. But we can switch that to be logs. So we have a couple of those. That'll add 2,000, so we can hold up to 4,000 wood, which is excellent. And then we'll let these guys chop everything down as they can. Let's connect that in. Ooh, I did want to lower this and then add some more trees. I probably want to do something similar over here. This is currently the only way they can get over here. Might want to add a zip line, maybe. They won't be able to reach any of this right now. I think we want to lower this. Let's see, we did discuss moving some production to the top of the mountain. We ran some power too. I don't think I want to move production up here. I think that we could get some more power generation. So it was a little bit of an issue, I think, 1 or 2 episodes ago. But then we did add in, wait a second. Okay, hold up. I'm completely forgetting that we added this massive water wheel system, and it's not complete yet. But we are doing pretty good. Let's see, we have this, so they can almost get across. And let's do this. We'll add in some stairs because I'll need to remove a couple of those trees. Yes, so we want to finish this. So let's see, let's make a mental list. So we want to finish this, get some more wood, which we're working on. Then we have a drought in 0.1 days. That's gonna pop up here real soon. We're doing great on bad water, and then we're maxed out on water just about. So finish this, get the wood. In the long run, I do want to move a lot of the production in the city on top of this. But that's going to be probably a multi-stream thing, like not just in one episode. 8-day drought, but not a big issue. So we will have less power coming through here and here, but we got all the windmills and then hopefully enough gravity batteries. But we could start building out on top of here, getting some flat areas in order to actually construct some of those production buildings. Which is not a bad idea. We don't need a lot of overhangs. You know, before we do any of that, I need to expand our storage. So we're going to add in even more storage here. And for this one, whoops, we're going to add in some plank storage and some metal block storage. We'll go metal blocks here. And then we'll get another one. This one will be for planks. Because right now we can only hold 1,000 metal blocks and 2,000 planks. But all of these guys, they require 36 planks and 12 metal blocks. And if we're doing, you know, potentially 100 of them, I mean, that's a just crazy amount. So we're doing great on potatoes. So I think and wheat, we're doing fantastic on both. So we're going to clear some space. Let's see, we'll go like this. And then like this. We're just trying to open up some extra space. Clearly I don't even think we're making bread at the moment. Yeah, we have 130 wheat stored. And, well, 130 wheat, 30 of it is stored. But we have no bread production or a grist mill. So let's start making some stuff. I think that we actually are. Oh yeah, so we will reduce our battery, gravity battery capacity if we start going underneath here. But if we play it a little sneaky, we can change that. So if we go, so right now this is directly under it. So reducing that by, oh, we're not actually even reducing it, right? Because I think Yeah, this guy is already limited by the ridge, and then we have 2 tiles deep we can kind of play with. Wait, we don't even need for a bakery. Oh wait, I was thinking a grist mill. No, but we have the door. Okay, well, we might mess up. That's only 1. That's not too bad. Have this set to wheat flour. And then we'll get a bakery somewhere else. Maybe get some food up here. Can we put overhangs? Oh my gosh, you can. Sweet. Could we do dirt instead? Oh no, because that'll be inside. We'll add a couple of those, and then we'll get those overhangs placed down. And then they can't reach it, so we'll move this, add in some stairs. And then how many can we... We can place down 2 bakeries. Yeah, I got the the bot parts and the refineries and all that. Haven't made bread yet. I had my priorities sorted out. And then since we're the folktales, we also have the aquatic farmhouse. That is definitely something we will be adding at some point. Let's see, how is this looking? We still got all this. Target height is 0.5. Excellent. These are off. And then still got a good amount of water in here. So we're looking good. We can detonate this. And then we can get a second bakery. For now, we'll just keep it at producing bread, I guess. We might not need to. We could pause him. But then again, we do have some extra workers. And this guy... Oh, we got some storage for him. For now, we're just gonna toss a couple of these in. Wheat flour. Oh, we should do this. We should have one of these set to wheat. Wait, is that right? Whoops. Prioritize. This one is supply. And then over here we can add in some storage for wheat and bread. Get that wheat flour, and then here we'll just shuttle bread out. And then we'll copy that to all of these. We don't have any other storage for bread at the moment, which is why I made so many. We do have, this is kind of a secondary storage space. Let's just get another one. We'll set that to bread. And then I think we should, we have 13 vacant bot jobs. I think a lot of those are these builders' huts. Maybe not. bot. Those are all beavers. Okay, let's take a look at the workers. We have 1, 2 builders' huts that are bots that are lowest. So it's 8 jobs. And then I'm looking for low ones. Gather flag. Nope. Hauling post. Okay, so we have 2 of those that are bots. One of them's lower, 5 out of 10. And then we have another one that is normal, 10 out of 10. 8 plus 5, 13. And then we probably have a lumberjack flag somewhere that is... Oh, wait, that's lumber mill. Lumberjack flag. I imagine we have some that are bots that are lowest, but I'm not seeing it. 13 vacant jobs. Okay, that lines up. So they're pulling from a hauling post that I have somewhere. I don't know where it is exactly, but that's okay. Either way, I think we should switch this so we have a bot working there. That way he can work around the clock. Get some extra wheat for these bakeries. Okay, so we have that. Whoops, we gotta get a path set up. I don't love that. Okay, we can duplicate this because we're getting some more storage. And then we need to remove this. We'll get that path added in. So we need to start accumulating resources. Specifically some of the base ones like wood, planks, and metal blocks. We're doing good on treated planks. But we could get some more storage. Right back here. In fact, I think we're going to go like this, and then we might add one more row of storage. Yeah, we're just gonna get ahead of the curve and do that. Scrap metal, I don't think we need to store that up really. Treated planks. How about dirt? I feel like we make dirt so quickly. And then we have 3,000, 4,000, 4,000. For now we'll do dirt, and then I think we'll add another log storage, and then what should we do for the last one? Let's see. Treated planks, I don't think we'll need more than 2,000. Well, actually, the monument, this does require 2,000 treated planks. So maybe we store some more up. What do you guys think? Always come back to logs? Yeah. Yeah, wood, I mean, when you think about it, there's really only, I mean, how many resources? There's logs, which makes so many different things. Scrap metal, pine resin, and like all the different foods, obviously. Water and bad water. And dirt. Like you don't use dirt to make stuff like you do with wood. Wood is planks, gears, paper, treated planks, so many things. And I think we should go treated planks because we want to store a lot up. And we're looking, yeah, we'll see how those go. I probably need to switch metal blocks to bots also. We have, oh, I reduced the capacity quite a bit. I think we're gonna start churning bots out. And for some reason, okay, we also need to be intentional about the priority because we want all these. Okay, good. Those are already higher. We're going back up in explosives. How are we doing on extract? We are pretty much maxed out. We'll reduce that to 1, but keep it higher. I definitely need to do some automation, but I think that I'm going to wait on automating all this stuff until we've moved it to the top. And then we can have it dependent on resources and all that. Because yeah, that'll be super helpful for not only keeping our power in check, but then also freeing up jobs. Like, we had 2 bots working in here, but we are maxed out on extract. So they are both sitting around. We could pause him, but if we start using it for dynamite or something, I don't want this to kind of run under the radar. We still have some more. We could toss some beavers into here because I don't want that number to go up too much. Paper, you're fine. Switch some of those. Gears, how many can we hold? We could get some more. And I'm doing all of this during a drought, but our power's looking fantastic, so I'm not too concerned about this. So we're starting to build up our resources. Since we have so much dynamite and extract, I think we can start doing some terraforming. And then in the meantime, we could have them start placing down some of the some of the overhangs. And the question is, how do I want to do this? Because those 6x1s are not going to reach all the way across, obviously. So we have some options, because we could do overhangs across, which I think I'm going to probably remove all of those, and then we'll have these 1 level down. But then alternatively, we could use some of these metal platforms. 2,000 sides. I want to unlock it, and then we'll do the same for this one. These use 90 metal blocks, so that is a lot more. I don't even know if we could. Yeah, we couldn't cover that one. I kind of like using the overhangs because you can be very specific, like it's, you know, 1 tile increments. So it's kind of nice to make it fit perfectly. And then this is also an irregular shape, so it'd probably be helpful to use that. And then right now they can get up to the top this way. Do we need to add 1 more? We might have gone up 1 more than we needed. That's okay. Not really a big deal. I don't know why I paused it. We'll let it keep going. I think, yeah, we'll start removing some of these. We'll start on... Oh, where do I start? I'm gonna start over here, maybe. So I think we'll probably need to place down some like individual platforms, and then we can have these, go off of them, because we won't be able to span the whole thing And then should we have it flat, or could we want to have like a kind of a mound? I think we'll keep it flat. Makes it easier. What do I want to terraform first? And do I want to build some temporary scaffolding? Yeah, well, let's see. For constructing all of this, I might be hemming and hawing a little bit too much. Let's remove some of these because we don't need them. And then let's just take a look and see what we can do here. So let's just pretend we'll go like this with the 6s. And then we can go like that. And then obviously here, let's say we built some, which I'm going to delete probably a good amount of these because otherwise we would just be just going through our reserves very quickly. But I think what I would do here is set up a single one of these. And then we'd set something up like this. I want it to all look uniform. So we might actually go up a little more. Go one below that. We'll get that 4x1, and then we'll just add in 4 more of the 6x1s. So we'll do something like that. We can remove all of these. And so we'll go up the middle like that. When we get to this, it's going to be a lot. But I think for now that's a good place to start. It's not going to absolutely destroy our inventory yet. And then they will be able to collect some of the rubble that they have, but we'll leave them like this for now. Oh, I guess they're going to work on it over there. That will speed things up quite a bit. Maybe we don't want them to work on it from this side, because what they will be able to do, since we now moved this out of the range, yeah, so they'll be able to work on it from here, but they'll only get, okay, I don't know what they're doing now. We'll let them do that. I don't think they can physically trap themselves because they can work underneath all of these. And then they will eventually be able to reach this one. In fact, they can reach it right now because they built that first. So they should be able to construct all this. We can leave them to work on that. But for terraforming, this is what I wanted to do first. I want to lower this, expand this tree farm. We'll go over here, add in some double dynamite. And right now I'm kind of focusing on, whoops, don't want to do that quite yet. I want to focus on the functionality of the terraforming, but I also want to make some of the stuff aesthetic. So like the front right here, we have a million stairs. We don't need all of them. Let's get rid of the dirt. And gosh, so many stairs. Want to bump all this stuff up to be prioritized for collecting. Let's see, as long as I don't start doing bridge reviews. No, that's not my thing. Bridges are cool. That is what got me into engineering, but not like RCE. Down 3, this is down 4. We can actually remove this one too. And then I think, do you want that front to be the same, or do we want to have it bulge out a little bit more? Oh yeah, we were doing some stuff around here also. Good thing we have a lot of builders. We still have 6 beavers who need a job. I mean, we can just add some more. Well, let's see. We need to keep an eye on resources. I think we're going to drop resources quite a bit. We have all those guys. Oh, they don't have... Whoopsies. They don't really have any storage. Let's do this. Remove those, and then we can add in some dirt. And then we'll just add in a pile. This will be set to supply. I put way more dirt than I need to. Let's just make sure they can build that. And then also we gotta bump these up. This will be set to logs. Supply and prioritized by haulers. That should help these guys go a little bit faster. But we still have some beavers who need a job. So let's actually also bump these up, and then we can add one more, and then we'll add some lumberjack flags on the side. Yeah, I think that'll put us in a good spot. They can help chop those trees down, because we're still going up in logs, which is excellent. And they're making great progress on that. May not be a bad idea to put some bot fuel closer to the build sites, as well as piles and haulers prioritized. Yes, that is a good point. I should probably move, or not move, but add in some more of that, because I do have these tanks. Oh, that one's set to supply. Why is that? Is that because we have that one here? I think so. We do have some of these, but I should probably just add some around. So let's do this and then make that prioritized. Now we can copy that. And then yeah, we'll just start having some around. Whoops. Well, I'm going to place this stuff down first. We got one there. I'm just going to throw them in random spots. Especially where we have bots working. But I can't block stuff. I have one right there. Don't think there's bots over there. We can go right here. I already have one. Probably need another one in our... No, we got one. Okay. We can connect that in. And then let's bump those up. And then I also was going to work on this. Bump that up. Let's see, so that is 3. So I was going to add one more. Oh, they can't reach it. If we just add in a couple of platforms, and they can. And then from here, we can start adding in some water wheels. Doop. let's not put it like this. Instead, look at that. So we got a lot for them to work on. These are not super important though. I think they should be able to reach all of these, with the exception of these ones for now. And then eventually we can remove these. We will need to add power shafts at some point, but we can do that the way we did this one, or the way we did these ones. We'll go on top, that way they don't trap themselves. See you, Lucky. Glad that you can make it. 4K wood. Well, it's probably for some different site, but we can detonate all this. Oh, we gotta. Oh, it didn't auto prioritize construction. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna remove these for being planted because I don't want to lower that. And then we can add some more oak trees. Oh yeah, I wanted to go over here too. So we'll add in some stairs just so we can get across. Oh, we don't. Well, I do want to. Just kidding. We can just extend these paths and then we can reach all this. And then how far down do we want to go? We could do one down, let's see. One down there, and then we'll go two down for the rest of this. And then over here, we'll just go one. And I don't know if they're going to be able to reach all of this. These middle ones, yeah, they're not going to be able to reach that. But what we can do, as we lower this, I think they should be able to reach most of it. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll leave it as is for now. And they did finish all of that. Our resources are still looking good, so we can prioritize collecting all this stuff. Okay, we have to do that. There we go. And then we can start adding in some more. We'll just go in groups of 6 so we don't completely run out of resources. And then we will need to remove these ones next. In fact, I'm going to be sneaky. Well. They can still go down that way. Oh, I can't remove that. Yes, I can. I'm doing it. Then we'll add in those and these. And we'll just bump that one up. So we're just going to slowly be capping this off. And then we still have 5 beavers who need a job. We can add in another builder's hut, which I was thinking about doing but didn't do. And then I want to just keep adding builder's huts going around here. So we'll need to make sure that we have both of these prioritized. This is like not important of a job. This is literally just extra. And then we can do the same thing. Watch us trap a beaver over here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this area. Looks like we have a few more people who have joined the stream. Welcome everyone. We have a few veterans who are here, and then maybe some new folks as well. Perfect timing. Okay, so we have, excellent. Okay, so any extra workers will be in some of these jobs. And we did finish the drought a couple days ago. Power's going back up. Resources are still looking good. We started adding in some dynamite. Oh yeah, because I wanted to do this. That goes down 4, so we can't reach that in one go, unfortunately. That's going to go down even more. I think we'll bump this out a little bit, so that way it's not just... Or do we want it to have... Well, yeah, I think we'll push it forward a little bit. Because I like the look of the tier that we have. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have it, you know, change a little bit. That way it's not just like flat all the way across. But we can see, if we don't like it, we can always just remove some more. So right here is where we will pivot. And then we just need to add in some triples. Oh wait, we gotta go down one more. And they can't reach over here either. Whoops. Why is there flooding? Oh, probably because the water surged back. Let's see, would we want to have something a little different? Let's see. Oh, we have some space behind. So we could always go maybe with some floodgates. And then we have them at kind of different elevations. We have maybe some that are set to like 0.8, some down to like 0.6. That way the water doesn't just all flood back at once. I kind of like that idea. We'll need to add in some double platforms. We'll go like this. And then we can add in some levees. I'm going to change those ones because those are different. And then we'll wait to remove all this after they construct this. And then we can also bump this up. So that's all higher. For some reason, they should be able to reach this. What? Oh, did I... Oh, that's not connected in, I see. I see. Did it used to be connected in? I don't think so. At least not recently. We can start removing some of these extras. And we just have to make sure collection is prioritized, because they will not do it otherwise. That was my run this morning. Your wife did the Pittsburgh 5K. That is fantastic. Yeah, I'm doing a 5K in 2 weekends from now. Today's run went well. I tried running just a mile. Well, I didn't run a mile. I ran like 4 miles, but I ran a really fast 1 mile trying to see how fast I could go. Because I haven't done an all-out mile in probably a couple years. So that was fun. It was very tough though. But yeah, the 5K in 2 weeks, that's going to be fun. I feel like that's one of the best distances for running. It's like just far enough that it's not like too hard, but it's also not too short where you need to like be sprinting. So, because yeah, running that mile today was tough. We can detonate all of this and then detonate this. I think that should open some of these up. Yeah, so they can reach a good amount of this now. Not quite everything. Ooh, can we sneak back this way? Now I think we should be able to reach everything. Double-decker floodgates. Yeah, I mean, we could use the bigger ones, but I still, oh shoot, can they not reach this either? Ah, those paths. There we go. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for them. I have just a million stairs all around, so I'm trying to figure out what we actually can reach. Gotta pay a little bit more attention to that. I'm also going to remove some of those trees. And then we'll start lowering some of this as well. And then we'll go down one here and here. And I think we'll add in a piece of dirt right there. And then we're going to remove some of this. Okay, so we'll go down. And then I want to have this kind of drop off gradually, not just a 10 tile drop. But we need, oh, they should be able to reach that side. So that, okay, so they can cover that one. We'll need to do these two from the front. We'll get these three to the bottom, and then we can kind of do a tiered thing like we were doing earlier. Same with this. And then do the same over here. You know, on the bright side, it looks like these are looking good. So we're still having water come out of the top dam, which is what I wanted. So 0.5 cubic meters per second is not too much. So we can still have some water accumulate in the dam. They built that immediately. Okay, let's prioritize those ones. And then we'll just keep lowering this. Whoops, wrong one. Oh yeah, so they can't reach most of this. Let's remove a couple of these, and then we'll basically just need to add in a few stairs and an additional platform. But I do see that we have a little bit of flooding here. Oh man, we had some more. We might need to have like a moat or something. Because like when the water surges back, then it kind of inundates some of these buildings and crops around here. Yeah, I don't know the, I mean, we could just put like a wall up just to make it so there's no water that makes it over here. That might be the right solution. So we can add in a platform. I'll start with this one. We'll raise that up to a double, which we still haven't unlocked the triple floodgate, which is interesting. Collect. Oh, they can build it from the top, I guess. Could always just raise a wall on the edge. We are on the same page, Sand Artist. You probably typed that out before I came to that conclusion. Did they not reach this? Oh, it's because that's not connected. Okay, just finish that one. It's funny how that's prioritized, but then they didn't do it. And then they should, once this is completed, they could reach all this. And now we can add in the last few pieces. Nice. And then let's see, we can add the walls in. Start with this one. And this one. Yeah, they can't reach these ones yet, but that's okay. I'll detonate these, and then now they have access to it. And then I did want to remove all these blockages. And with demolition, they never prioritize it. Oh gosh. Well, I hope they... Oh man, that bot's working faster than the beaver is. We'll see what happens. There's a good chance that we have him end up getting trapped. Maybe we could run that way. I was hoping they'd go from below. Okay. Cool. No trap beavers. That's a good day in my books. Dude is planting trees over there. We could extend our irrigation if we wanted to. We could also fill this in, which I probably should have done a long time ago. We'll do that, and then we'll slowly start filling these in. We do have some storage under here, but I think in the long run we can leave it, it's not a big deal. We are going to move the stairs so it just goes on top instead of going across. And then we can go like this. That way they don't trap themselves. And then we'll extend those paths going across. Man, they collected that immediately. That's good. Like this. I think if we have it set like this. Nope, that one's not waiting. I assumed... Oh, because there's nothing behind it. If we rotated this one, I think that would change it. So if we go like this. Now this one... Nope, that one's not waiting for this one. Interesting. As long as you don't walk in there, then I'm okay with it. Cool. We might also... Oh, we do need this. This whole time, I didn't have that path connected. That is mildly frustrating. Now look at that, we have a bunch of extra place for planting some more trees. And then we just gotta make sure it's all marked to be chopped down, which it was not, obviously. Now we're good. Doing great on wood, 4.6 thousand in total. Nice, they finished all this. Planks and metal blocks are looking fantastic. So we're just gonna slowly keep adding these. Nice, they place all the dynamite down also. Oh, those explosions. Is it really the explosions doing that? I guess it could be. Let's get that wall up and running. Bingo. Whoops. Way too many. Remove all of these. We'll just keep detonating. But I did want to place down some floodgates here. So we'll go... These ones are not going to be synced. We'll have these ones 0.65. These ones will be 0.75. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we can remove those after they've placed all these down. We'll place them with platforms. Nice, he got some biofuel. He was out of juice, but he got it. We need to add in some more of these. Specifically, gotta go up. I think it was a double platform. And then we had the overhang. Yeah. 6. And then we'll... Ooh, you know what? I think we're going to replace these ones with some 4. Yeah, we'll do some 4s. If I had realized it early on, because this is 6, 6, 6, 2. So that's 20. We could have done 4 5s. Oh, that would have looked cool. Is it worth replacing those? We'd only be replacing 8 of them. Now, does it really matter? Probably not. But I think we're at the point that we can do it. Maybe this is dumb, but I'm going to do it. Remove these. And then we'll just set all that up at once. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. And then we do need to make sure they actually collect all of these. Is that on top? Yes, it is. Cool, cool. Okay, so we'll let them work on that. We can press play. And then I guess we can remove these for now. We'll remove these ones once they've gotten all that placed down. But that fits in perfectly. So they got a lot to work on over there. We have a lot of things that we're working on. 12 vacant jobs, but we know that we have some extra builders' huts over here. And not too worried about it. We have some more space. Their well-being's at 42. Wet fur is lacking. So even though we have some showers over here, not quite enough. We were thinking about lowering this. We're still doing good on explosives, so that is a possibility. Resources have gone up 5k since it started. Even with all the stuff we've been doing. Yeah, going in 3 times speed instead of 2 times speed, that definitely helps. But we've been intentional. You know, we're slowly putting stuff down. Let's make sure this stuff is all prioritized. So they should be able to reach at least that one, and then none of those, that's fine. Once they build those, then they can start going across. Biofuel. Oh, we should probably add some a little bit closer to these guys. Oh, they got all the trees chopped down though. I mean, we have all this bramble that we need to remove. I don't really wanna. Maybe we'll do it during nighttime. Okay, so wait. Pause. Mark those ones to be removed. Super high priority. So we should have some bots come over here and start working on it. In fact, we can copy settings to these ones on the back side because they'll be able to reach those. Bots will work on that. And I don't think they could reach this. Yeah, so we'll need to add some stairs. Whoops. We can get some stairs, and then we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow night. We'll bump that up to higher priority. They ran away. Hopefully it's not some... Oh, jeez, that's what I didn't want. Well, he's probably gonna get hurt. We'll see. We'll just leave it. Look at the bots and beavers came back. Well, it's fine. We have so many beavers, it's not the end of the world. And they've almost finished that. We do need to think about where we want those zip lines. Because right now we just have them going up to this corner. Should probably have some over here. This could be fun. Laying out how we want to use all this space. Plenty of beavers and medical beds should be fine. Yeah. You're probably right. I just like looking out for the beavers. But we should get over here. Could go up that way. Just to make this construction go a little bit faster. Let's add that. And then... Does this reach both of them? Ooh, I like it. Nice. Double nice. Okay, so I think this will be a game changer getting these constructed. That way they don't have to go all the way over there and then walk across. And this can reach pretty far. So as long as we go like this, I think this should reach both of them. So these are kind of temporary. Just want to make it so they can move around pretty easily. Yeah, so now we should see this zip line being used a lot more, which it looks like we already are. And then hopefully we'll get that one done. I don't know if they're going to use it quite as much because it's just going between these two, but at least they'll have the option if they need it. And then we could remove these now as soon as they finish that. Once they do finish that, then we can start removing. Well, we'll need to remove this one pretty soon. That's okay. Yeah, so we can't do that. We'll get the 6x1s, place them right along the edge. We'll make sure we high prioritize collecting all this. And then I don't think they can reach that, but we can use that little levy trick. Or we can shove it down there, I guess. Okay, I guess they are... Oh, they're using the zipline for the biofuel. Yeah, so maybe we duplicate this biofuel. Like you guys said earlier, we'll move it up close to the work site. It's already prioritized by haulers. Looking good on resources. Anything dropping? Not really. Maxed out on biofuel, that is good news. Oh nice, they added in a bunch of the water wheels. Oh, we should detonate that. And then we can start adding in some of the platforms. Oh, and actually, since we have those ones connected in, we're going to switch this, because it doesn't need to be everyone. We just need to have some of them. And when I say that, I mean we don't need to have power shafts here because these ones are already connected in. We'll have some power shafts running in the middle for these guys. Add some stairs, and then the power shafts can extend this way. I don't think we might need that. We can't really use it right now. Let's start adding in some platforms over here. So we're going to do the same thing in order to connect in all these ones. Too far, that is totally fine because we will eventually be able to reach it. If we sever this connection, it's trying to make me select a tree, that's funny. So now we're not worried about if we place down some power shafts, them trapping themselves. That's looking good. And then I don't think they can reach. They can reach that. How is that possible? Oh, did they go all the way around? That is interesting. Okay. Well, that is fine. They got that done. This is where we have to start being careful. We will... Let's remove that. So now I think this should... No, this one's still within reach. But this one I think should be out of reach. Yeah. That's fine. Thank you for the gift, Sand Artist. Okay, looks like we have a few more channel members now, thanks to Sand Artist. So now we have Native, Nevadian, Rude 1999, Paulo, Teal Walnut, and Robert Kloos. Thank you, Sand Artist. I appreciate it. If we remove this one, now they should be able to add all those in. And I don't... Yeah, they shouldn't be going over here. Gosh, I hope they don't. Try and go this way. Good. I was a little worried for a second. They're going to try and go underneath. And then if you want to add these last ones in, so it's all connected, and that is all connected to this. In case you missed it in the last episode, we went underground, and we have a just massive power shaft system, connecting everything in. So now we're taking advantage of the bad water power that is being provided. We can remove those. Oh, they won't be able to reach either of those. I guess just one. Nope, that's the wrong way. Come on. Little levee trick, but then you have to place down just a bucket of levees. Nice, I got that one. We can duplicate this. And then let's see what happens. Can they reach this one? No, but we can add that in temporarily. Now they should be able to. Nice. And then next we can remove these ones. Once they collected that, we'll go one at a time for this one. Can remove this path. Bump it up on the priority list. And as soon as I get those last couple, do the same right here. Nice, so weird. Oh shoot. Oh no, they can reach it. Okay, we're good. So now we have those two, and then we are pretty much done for what I wanted to do. We can keep adding power wheels in, but we're doing great on power. So I think we're probably set for a while. We have room to expand as needed, but ooh, you know what? I was concerned how are we gonna connect the power system from here up to here, but we have a much closer area to connect in. So I'm loving that. We might want to make this channelized a little bit more, because this is currently our bad water diversion system, and I think that we would just flood everything right now, which we haven't experienced a bad tide yet since we made the system up and running. Let's do that. Tunnels? You mean for the power shafts? Or what are you talking about? We have a drought. It's starting. Only 6 days long. We're fine. We got this. You know what we could do? My mind's just going everywhere. We could make kind of a bad water reservoir. Since, you know, we're going to do that actually. Is this necessary? Probably not, but it seems like a lot of fun. So let's, how big do we want this to be? We can make it, ooh, I like this. This is going to be something that is, I don't know if necessary is the right word, but it might not be a priority, but I'm making it a priority. Can we reach that? Nice. Okay, so we got that, so it makes it a little bit easier to get over here. If we just lower all this, then they should be able to reach pretty much all of this. Oh yeah, this could be fun. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do something kind of similar to what we have right here, which will basically be, but instead of fill valves, we're going to have flow valves. So we'll have basically some bad water can store up here, and I'm thinking about it more as a constant power source than more of like bad water reserves, which we could also make this a little bit bigger because that goes 2 meters down. Yeah, and we're still 1 meter that we have. We might need to remove this, actually. But we need to put some of those valves down here. We can do this. And how big do I want this to be? Hold up. Let's also make sure the beavers are working on other stuff in the meantime, because this is not a full-time gig for them to work on. Okay, so we have this covered. Resources, still looking good. I'm keeping a constant eye on our meadow blocks, because I feel like that could drop pretty quickly with all this that we're building. But we're looking good right now. Let's remove those. And how do we want to do this one? Yeah, they can't reach any of that. We place down some stairs. Then that is too far from a district center. Look at that. Now they can get those. So I have this looking pretty good. Dot is requesting family time. Have to bounce. Glad you could stop by, Sand Artist. Enjoy your family time. That is the best time. Let's see. So we have the 6x1s. And then we have these going sideways. And then these going normal. How do we want to orient this one? Because we have 6, 6, and 4. So it's 16 tiles wide. We're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 23 tiles. We could go along here. Still just have the 6x1s and this, have these ones running down the middle, and then just have some like 2x1s on this side and then some 5x1s on this side. It's not a bad idea. Keeps it looking uniform. We're doing great on resources. It's not the most efficient, but the aesthetics matter just as much as the functionality at this point. For this one, whoops, wrong one. Go with the double. Nope. Wait, yes, that is right. 6x1, we can go right here. And then we'll start going along this section. And then I will need to remove those stairs. Let's just go like this. That is not a 6x1. Now we got to figure out how wide this is. I started with the 5x1s, but we might need to switch to a different distance. At the very least, we know we need to start building this up. Okay, I don't really want to remove those stairs yet because I think we'll just trap a beaver. We can leave them like that for now. I think we gotta remove this, unfortunately, even though I just placed it down. And then we'll go with the 5s. We'll just go all along here. That'll give them something to work on. What the heck? How did he... I think he went all the way around. Yeah, he went all the way around. That is nuts. Okay, so they had this to work on. What was I looking at before? Oh yeah, our bad water reservoir. Do we want to go down one more? It gives us some more storage capacity. I think so. Add those in. And then we'll place some dynamite here. And then they can't reach that one. So we have a few more people who have joined the stream. Welcome everyone. In case you are new, we made this just humongous reservoir. And at this point, we are trying to cap it off and get some more usable space on top. And then the goal is to move our production and then probably most of our city and the fun activities on top of it. We might do some stuff on the side at some point, but right now I'm focusing on getting everything placed on top and then moving everything on top of it. We have a good power system set up. It connects underground from our main production area to some additional water wheels that are bad water wheels, I guess. And I think the goal is going to be to extend those and then get those connected into our power grid on the top of our reservoir. So we have a lot to do, but we're doing great on resources. We're at cycle 21, we're pretty deep into the game. So resources are not much of a concern. Our production line is running pretty efficiently. We have enough raw materials. Specifically, we have a good amount of wood, water, bad water, and then scrap metal. Because we do have a mine underground, which if we go down, we can see this. And at the beginning of the episode, we're actually flooded down here since it's a low spot. So now we have an even lower low spot. So if any flooding happens, it should pool right below the mine. That way we don't need to worry about that going offline for any set duration. And then right now, I think I need to bump all these up. So I'm trying to get a bad water reservoir, and it's going to act as kind of a little bit of a battery, because I'm going to have some water or bad water stored up, and then during a drought, when there's no more bad water flowing, we'll still have a little bit trickling out to power these water wheels. And it's also going to keep these bad water pumps running during a bad tide, which we're not strapped for bad water, but in the event that we need to use a lot of dynamite or bad water for something else, then we'll have that option. And since I'm lowering that, we can go one lower right here because we're going to be using some throttling valves, and that'll give us that constant bad water production or bad water flow going through here. But we do need to start lowering kind of the edges. We have 1 day left, so I'm actually going to slow it down really quickly. Let's get some stairs. And then we can also, I need to get a gate, and I have one over here. We're going to copy it. So let's duplicate. That's going to go right here, and it's only going to be working in the off hours. So that way only bots will be able to access down here. Because we're going to be placing some dynamite here, but there's going to be some bad water coming out of this source once this drought is over. That way we don't have any beavers walking in the bad water. Although unfortunately we can't get across at the moment. But we can change that. If we add a bridge in. Excellent. 400 science, not a problem. We might want to build this out. How do we want to do this? Maybe we focus on removing stuff before we add stuff. Okay, so that's closed. Excellent. And then we'll just start placing down some triple dynamite. We'll do the same around the corners. We'll go with the singles first. And then I want to lower everything over here also. But I want to get that to the same level as this, so that way they can lower it pretty easy. So we'll go with the double dynamite. I think we'll just kind of go at an angle going backwards. Can remove one. I might change how the shape of this is a little bit. Single, single, double, double, single, single. And these will all be doubles. And then they might not be able to reach all this. We'll make some path extensions. That way they can. And this is why it's good to have some extra bad water on hand, because if our dynamite or our explosives or our extract starts running low, we can start tapping into those reserves. But we can speed it up now, and it's off hours, so that is opened up. I don't think it can trap any beavers or bots. I assume it's just, it doesn't let you like access this spot. Because theoretically, if there's a bot working here and then it went to on hours, so it closes, he could theoretically get trapped. But I hope that's not the case. Interesting, they're going down below. We might be able to see. Okay, we didn't get to see. Yeah, so they won't be able to reach that one because it's working hours again. But we got plenty for them to do. You'll wait to detonate all this until tonight when they actually can place this or finish constructing it. And then we'll also add in some double dynamite, and I want to do some singles right there, but I guess not. We'll do a triple right here as well. We can detonate some of this, so we can add in some triples, and then add some singles, and then we'll do triples. And then let's check in on the reservoir. They work so quickly. We can collect that, and I think they should have collected all the other resources. Excellent. We'll place down some more some more overhangs. And then I guess I didn't place this down. We can keep extending by removing these ones. And then we got all those doubles going all the way across. Guess we'll go like this instead. That way they can actually work on it. Have the paths connected in. And it seems like the beavers were actually using this zip line. So we're going to add that connection back in. Make sure we prioritize this, because that's more important than all this other stuff. And I do need to figure out how wide this is, so we can figure out what length overhangs we have going across. We also have a couple geothermal fields we could tap into if we needed. We're doing good on power at the moment, but... Ooh, nice. We can detonate this. And those ones. And then we can add those triples in. Oh no, I forgot to... Shoot. Should have waited. Oh well. We can detonate those singles. And I think it's time to detonate all of those. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we're going to slow it down so that way my computer can handle it. Oh yeah, it's so satisfying. And now they can reach all this. So we should probably add some pads in, and then we'll just add triple dynamite all along here. Whoops, we don't want that over here. We could widen this down the road potentially, but I think we're probably fine. Because really well, I guess we can go, it's a bad order source, so it's not a seep. So this can build pressure up. So we could build some walls up a little bit and have a lot stored up if we wanted. I do want to do this. And then, let's see. That throttling valve. Get 3 of those placed right here. And I want to be able to actually walk on top of it. But we'll use the levees instead. Because we will need to start building kind of a little bit of a wall up. Ooh, but we're not going to do that quite yet. We'll pause those two. And then, let's see, we'll go down 2 so they can reach that. Let's make sure we prioritize those. Ooh, we're not even going to do this. We're going to use some dirt instead. Let's also prioritize getting those constructed. So they can, oh, they can build 3 of them. That's good. So I think I'll probably preemptively detonate some of that. We'll also get a triple placed right here. We're kind of winging this, how we set this up. We're figuring it out as we go. They won't be able to reach this one. We'll probably just have to get some like bridges to reach these middle ones that I left. Or maybe we do something similar. Get a gate and then just have some bots do all this stuff at night. We can speed it up now that we kind of got that sorted. And let's see. So these, we have a flow limit. Okay. Can we set these to unlimited for now? We'll get the dirt placed on top. See how that goes. For now, we'll get that so we can place down this piece of dynamite, because I think that one's going to be kind of important. Because that'll open up all 3 of the throttling valves instead of just 2 of them. Look at that. All of our water wheels are working, producing a bucket of power. And they are making great progress. Just need to make sure they can collect this stuff. And then we'll just keep removing some of these. Those 5x1s. Collect. Okay, I think I need to actually figure out which ones I need in the middle. So let's see, we have, oh gosh. Okay, we're going to pause it, because I think it's going to be easier to do it this way. That's 10, 20, 30. That's 30 to the end. So starting here. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so it's 30. So we could continue with the 5s. So 5x6, so there'll be 6 of them. And then for this corner, we'll have just individuals. So it actually worked out pretty perfectly. We'll let this continue. I'm going to sneeze. Okay, 5x1s, and then we're just going to set all of this up. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So if we see 5 in between, then we're fine. Did I mess up somewhere? Did I count right? That doesn't look right. Oh, that should be 1 over, right? Let's just set up 1 so I'm looking at the right thing. What the heck is going on? Okay. Hopefully I counted right. But that's also why we do this. Okay, so that isn't right. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, I started from this side. Rats. Wait, no, I started from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you see what I did wrong, please let me know. Because I thought that it was looking right. I can count, I thought. Let's check again. Maybe I started at the wrong spot. Oh wait, whoops. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that should be 30 across. 5 times 6 is 30. So what am I missing? These are the 5s, aren't they? 1 by 5. Something's not lining up. Oh, I'm probably not spacing these right. Yeah, there's not 5 spaces in between. I think that's it. Okay. Can I count? There should be 4 in between. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We figured it out. Took a little bit of using my brain. You know, it's not always working at full capacity. And now we can start going across. There we go. Oops, that's on top. Excellent. And then I think we'll just remove this one and this one, and then we'll just connect in however we can. So that's a 3, and then we'll do a couple 4s. Nope, just 1 4, 1 5, and then we'll place that one down the road. And they won't be able to build that all immediately. So I feel pretty safe putting these in. Do we need to go 1 more up? No, 2 more up. Wait, so we're going this way. Yeah, okay. Go like that. And then these ones, we can just use this 6 by 1s. That's easy. Okay. I removed all the individual platforms I used for the spacing. We're still doing good. We're dropping a little bit on metal blocks. We do have an unemployed bot. Excellent. So now we can switch some of these to be bots. Do we really only have 2 smelters? Looking good on planks. I think we're at the point we can... Do I want to pause? I think I'll just reduce this.
because we only had, for a while, we only had one bot working in one of these. So we had quite a lack of production of bots, but now we have plenty of bots. I think 3 of them working in those 2 buildings should be sufficient for now. We have 12 vacant jobs. Switch one of those to be the bots. So we want to have like a small deficit of beavers and bots. Just a small amount. Add in some dynamite there. These ones are super close. And then let's go back over. Oh my gosh. They have placed all this down. We need to start detonating. We'll go detonate it from the end. And then you can't hear it. But it slowly gets louder. So that's going to fill up. You have that one. Okay, so everything is going through there. It's going quick enough. I think... I know I detonated this, but we're going to build it back up. Also, you know what we could do? This. Now we can reach it. Bump this up on the priority list, get that constructed. And then at some point, we can get a kind of a wall erected over here, have a spillway. That way we can kind of start building up our reserves in this bad water reservoir. Yeah, that'll be good. They are building a lot of this. Should be able to reach all of it. Honestly, I was kind of hoping for a bad tide, but now I'm realizing that I never fixed this. Like, it works, but I think that this is just going to completely open up when there's any bad water sensed in here. So it's just going to be flooding out pretty quickly. I think I want to do this. Just so there's no bad water spilling over. And then I think we probably should add in some kind of tiers over here, make a little bit of a channel. And then I don't think they can reach all that. But if we get some overhangs, then we should be able to reach it. We'll bump all this up on the priority list. And then how do we want to tackle this part? I guess for now we can just go over. We'll place this... Actually, we'll move that over to right here. We can remove that one. We don't need that. Let them collect it. And then this is, whoops. This is go down 3. We can kind of alter this as we want. For now, we'll just kind of have this set up so we have a little bit of a guide. That's where we want everything, but we can change kind of how sloped this is. And then I might also terraform this a little bit down the road, but for now, I think we'll focus on this side. And then we'll kind of work our way backwards. No, I think we'll work our way down. That'll make sense. So we go down 1, 1, even. We're down 3. We want to go down 2, 3. And then we gotta do triples for all of this. This is where it gets a little dicey. Because then you have to start placing down stairs where you need to place dynamite. But they should be able to reach all this. Okay. We'll bump all of this up on the priority list. They should be able to reach this, right? Yeah. Excellent. Let's detonate this. So now we have more of a spillway. And they can reach that because it's from over here. They got a lot to work on. We are starting to drop in resources. So we can see that. Let's see. Do we want to replace any of these buildings? Or add any more? I think we could probably get away with doing something like this. So we have, at this point, anything extra I'm building is kind of temporary because we're going to be shifting all this on top of that reservoir soon. I don't want our metal blocks to drop that much. And if you can see, we have these gravity batteries. They kind of have like, there's 2 spots in between them that we can place things under without impacting the gravity battery, I guess, potential energy it can store up. So I'm thinking, I was going to say we put one here and right here, but I see that that won't fit. However, we are beaver engineers, so we can change that. So as long as we lower that by 2, which I don't, oh nice, they can reach all of this. We can do that, and then we'll bump this up. This will be set to bots. And then we can connect that in. And then we just gotta get a path set up. Why does he not have wheat? Are we really out of wheat? Oh my gosh. I just removed a lot of wheat. We have a lot of potatoes. But it's all stored up. Okay, we're moving all the potatoes. These are potatoes as well. We are removing all those potatoes. And we're going to place wheat here. In fact, are we just like completely maxed out on potatoes everywhere? No. Seems like these ones are going through. I feel like we could remove these ones. Let's bump those up a little bit. Not to the highest, but just a little bit. These guys can reach everything. Oh, we only have one. We have 1 beaver in each of these. Let's bump that up to 2. And then we can start placing some more wheat down. For now, we'll just fill pretty much everything in that we can. Worst case scenario, if we need to remove some, then we can, but not a big deal. Also, we can take advantage of some space. Nice, we got that. We can duplicate this guy. and place it like this. Let's go back to our spillway. We are slowly working on all this. Oh, they can't reach that one. Remove those, super high priority. Hopefully assigned a couple bots to work there. Now this should be within range. We can let them place all that stuff down. We will need to keep going down. Let's add some doubles just so it's kind of easy to visualize. Trying to keep everything even. Let's see, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's fine. Maybe we want to go. Wait, 1, 2. Oh no, that'd be okay. Did I mess that up somewhere else? Triple, double, double. No, we'll go. I did mess that up here. Triple, double, and then just double, and then just single. And then they won't be able to reach any of this. We'll keep extending this, and then we'll get an overhang. So they can reach all these, but none of this. But if we go right here, yeah, they'll be able to reach all that. Excellent. And then detonate these ones, detonate these ones. Dang it. I wanted that to be even. Can we place a dirt block down? Oh nice, they can reach it. Okay, so we have a bit of a channel. I think I need to lower this one by 1 because this isn't quite even. Or we could just add in some dirt blocks. Not sure yet. We'll add that one in. We'll go from there. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay, so this is much more channelized, which is good. I don't love this, but we can fix that. We can just go so I think we want to drop off pretty quickly at first, but then we can kind of, straighten out a little bit. So we'll go there. Maybe we want to add in some dirt blocks. Kind of go with the, because right now it's over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1. But here, this is where we could switch to go over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1. I think if we set it up like this, and then we place down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Go like this, and then we need to do this. I don't know in the end what we want to do. Maybe hold off. Whoop, they're continuing. Planks are dropping, metal blocks are staying the same. We have 6 vacant bot jobs. Whoops, bumped the microphone. Then we have 15 vacant beaver jobs. Let's switch a couple of these guys to be bots. Wood is 3.8 thousand. I think we had about 1,000 more at one point. But we've been using quite a bit of resources. Ooh, we didn't mark these ones, I bet. No, we did not. Let's place those last couple pieces of dynamite. Let's get those constructed. Also, let's check back in on that bad water reservoir. Excellent. And then now we can remove this one that we placed in. But we will also get that one constructed. We'll hold off on that until I detonate this one, or construct this one. I think we should have that as a triple. I don't exactly know how I want that front to look with that spillway. Yeah, a little bit unsure at the moment. We might just want to build that face out a little bit. Because we have that spillway, or not the spillway, the throttling valves inset a little bit. We're going to do this. We're going to remove those. Make sure we collect all of our resources, which I don't even know if I needed to prioritize that. We can kind of build it up so you can't even see it. It's kind of like a secret. And then we'll go like this. And then we could go 2 up. Well, the thing is that I might want to go... Really, I would want this to go at a 1-to-1. Kind of moving back further. That way there's a natural spillway that forms. So hold up. I might actually change that. Sorry, beavers. Now they're not going to be able to reach this. Okay, good. They're waiting. Oh, wait. Pause this one. Okay. I think we're going to just need to redo all of this. This guy, he only controls this one. We don't need this guy working. Let's... Okay, they're collecting it. Remove this, and this, and this, and this. As long as they're collecting everything immediately, then we don't need to worry about like prioritizing stuff. Okay, so we are starting to form that natural spillway. So I think we want to just kind of mirror it on this other side. Then maybe we start building out kind of like this. Obviously they can't reach any of this at the moment, which is not the end of the world, but if we add in I think a 5? Nope, that's too much. Add in a quad bridge. Yeah. Excellent. Cycle 22, day 12. I think we are going to be wrapping it up here very shortly. We'll let them construct this. Maybe they'll get through some of this first. Ooh. I can't reach. Oh, it's just planks. That's fine. We'll pause these. Might be able to reach some of this. Let's see, our metal blocks are going up slightly. Planks are also going up, I think. I think we had like 1.5 thousand. Wood's going up too. Probably because I marked those trees to be collected. No? But we're in a good spot. Mark those ones in that tree that was hiding away. But that is where we're going to wrap up today's stream. We have made fantastic progress. In the next stream, we're definitely going to be able to complete this. Oh, let's just make sure we extend that all the way. So now I should be able to work on that, but thank you to everyone who joined today's stream. Had a few people who have been here before, and then we have 5 new channel members thanks to Sand Artist. And I'm trying to think, that is kind of the bulk of today's stream. We have a lot of miscellaneous projects that we're working on. But we're doing great on resources. We're pretty deep into this world. So we have a good amount of resources. Our production chain is looking good. We have a surplus of pretty much everything. So I'm looking forward to the next stream. I think we'll start to move some stuff on top of the reservoir. Thank you, who is Look Up. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So it's taken a while to get here, but we are in a great spot. So thanks again for everyone who managed to watch today's stream. If you're watching it afterwards, I appreciate you guys as well. And with that, I will see you guys in the next live stream.